Well, hello, friends. Hello, friends, family. Probably no family. Manga family. Yeah. I am just about to break down my stuff. I just got done recording some videos. And I wanted to kill two birds with one stone and come tell you about the vlog that I'm about to put together for the Manga Pride Readathon hosted by Miss Rachel, Mr. Dylan, and Mr. Bizarre Individual. I will leave all their information down below. This is just an intro. Hopefully I've talked about it before this video comes out because it would be kind of pointless after the fact because this video should be the last video of June, hence the readathon would be over. Anyway, I'm about to dig through some of the manga that I own and see what we can use for this video and go over the bingo card for you guys. And I will see you guys elsewhere. Excuse the bed, it's laundry day, so there are no sheets on it right now, but I just wanted to show you guys real quick what your girl is working with because, long story short, I don't have shelving right now. So these two boxes right here, that brown box back there, and then there are 3 boxes stacked back there, are all full of unread manga, and then there's a box I throw on my bed real quick, but that's just Villain Saga. So I'm going to go through these boxes and pull out all of the BL that I know that I have, and then we're going to look at these prompts and see how many of them we can cross off. Also, under my bed, there's a tub full of books as well. There's some manga in there too, but it's mostly books. Okay, so I pulled out all of the Pride-worthy manga that I own, and I don't own as much as I thought I did. Well, I should say I pulled out the ones that I haven't read yet. But before we get into that stack, we're going to go over these prompts. I printed me out a copy so I could keep track of everything, but I'll insert a picture right here as we go through them to see what we can make happen. Real quick, I'll run through these. Read a yaoi, read on the cover, reread a favorite, featuring a non-binary character, read an LGBTQ work, read a one-shot, featuring a trans character, a friend's favorite, orange on the cover, continue a series, yellow on the cover, read a yuri, find, first date, that means find it within the series, green on the cover, a non-sublime title. Do I have one of those? I do. Excuse me. Start a new series, blue on the cover, 2022 release, summer setting, read an office romance, find cuddling, that should be easy, a host favorite, purple on the cover, and featuring a bi character. So I am attempting to do a blackout, but in order to make that blackout happen, I want to have one manga count for a couple of spots. So hopefully we can make that happen. I want to do at least 3 for each manga. So we're going to start with red on the cover because Bad Boys Happy Home is at the top of my stack here. So that will count for red on the cover. We can count it for, I believe this is a yaoi. And let's get one more. Start a new series. Bang. Okay, so there's 3 for that one. Reread a favorite. I don't have it with me. I box up my manga as I read it, or stuff in general as I read it. But I'm going to put Matic down for that one because I love it so I'll need to find it. I'm going to put it down for a friend favorite too. I'm going to confer with Heartless Weave, but I want to say it's one of his favorites. And then there's definitely Cuddling in Matic. So we'll put that for there. Featuring a non-binary character. I don't know without reading them. I know there's one in Boys Run the Riot. I just read that not too long ago, so I don't think I want to reread it right now. But we'll put it on the back burner just in case I can't find another one. Read a one-shot. I have Boys of the Dead. So we'll put that down for the one-shot. It is also not a Sublime work, so that'll work for that too. And there is yellow on the cover, so that works too. Oh, I skipped reading LGBTQ work. I mean, that's any of these. What's next on my stack? Let's go with, oh, actually I'm going to save him for later because that has a question mark on it. Let's go with Don't Call Me Daddy. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm so sorry. So we'll put that here. There's blue on the cover. Oh, I can't forget my free space. I need that in my life. Possibly a summer setting. Definitely snowing in that first couple pages. That's not gonna work. Okay, so I'm kind of skipping around on my card here to make this happen, but we're going to jump to Birds of Shangri-La because I have volumes 1 and volumes 2 here. So we're going to do this for continuing a series because technically I'll be continuing it when I read volume 2. I'm also going to put it on featuring a bi character with a question mark because I don't know for sure, but it is a straight guy who is working in a gay brothel, and maybe things happen. I don't know because I haven't read it yet. So we're going to put it down with a question mark. If it doesn't count, then I'll take it off. And I think I can get away with a summer setting. It looks summery on the back here, all these beautiful flowers, you know. Oh, I might be able to do it as a 2022 release. When did this come out? Let me see. Let me do some digging. No. I'm just late to the game. It came out in 2020. Volume 2 came out in 2021. When did Bad Boys? Bad Boys came out in 2021. When did Boys of the Dead came out this year? Because I just bought it. Right? I'm using Right Stuff to help me out here. It did. It came out 4/26/2022, so I can put that down as my 2022 release. Boys of the Dead. So what are we missing? A non-binary character, a trans character, orange on the cover. That's green, that's red, that's green. That's peach. And that's purple. That's not going to work. Read a Yuri. I don't have any of that. Find First Dates. I don't know unless I read it. Green on the cover. Okay. So I have two choices here. I don't know which one I want to do. I Hear the Sunspot, and I don't know if this counts because it's definitely a question mark, but I think there's some good gay action in here. Or I have Only the Flower Knows, which I know is a boy's love. Goodness, my brain. But I think since I know 110% that Only the Flower Knows counts, I'm going to use that. So that'll be my green on the cover, even though I could have did that with Birds of Shangri-La, but it's fine. Read a office romance, a host favorite, and purple on the cover. Host favorite, and I'm doing this for Bizarre Individual. I'm going to give Melting Lover a second chance. I do believe that Birds of Shangri-La is also one of his favorites, but we already have it on the list. And I said I was going to try to give Melting Lover another chance, and I know if I don't do it within the context of this vlog, it'll be too easy for me not to give it a second chance. So I am going to give Melting Lover another shot because I DNF'd it. Granted, my anger was towards You Are My Happiness, so I came into this one jaded, but it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. I'm sorry, but we're gonna give this a shot. And it has purple on the cover. Okay, so I need to find a Yuri. I don't own any Yuris. I need to find a non-binary character. I might end up reading Boys Run the Riot again. Trans character, that'll cover that too. Orange on the cover. None of these have orange on the cover. Surely there's some orange action somewhere. His hair's kind of orange. Can we count that? Can we count that bit of hair right there? Maybe. If not, there's definitely some on the back. I'm going to count it because I can do that because this is my vlog. I feel like I can get the Yuri and the Office Romance in one fell swoop. But I'm going to have to do some digging to find one because I don't, like I said, I don't have any Yuri. And the only Office Romance I have ever read is Sweat and Soap, and that's not going to count for this. Anyway, I think we're off to a good start here. I'm going to do a little digging. The ones that didn't make it, that probably couldn't make it if I read them to figure them out, is Double, I Hear the Sunspot, and Sick. I also have My Love Mix-Up Volume 3. Can I put that on here anywhere? I don't even know where is My Love Mix-Up? How can I forget about my baby? Let me see if I can put this anywhere. Why is it snowing in all of these manga? Quick recap of what we are reading for sure. We have Birds of Shangri-La, Volume 1 and Volume 2. We have Melting Lover. There we go. We have Only the Flower Knows, Volume 1. We have Boys of the Dead. This bad boy is heavy. Also, we have Don't Call Me Daddy. And we have Bad Boys, Happy Home, Volume 1. Matic, which I don't have with me on hand, right here. And then I'm going to do some digging for these other prompts that I don't have, which is featuring a non-binary character, featuring a trans character, a Yuri, a summer setting, and an Office Romance. I'm going to try to roll some of these up into 1 or 2 volumes. And I will be back with you guys. Today is day 1 of reading for this vlog, and I'm going to start with Boys of the Dead. I just got done filming a haul video for May, and I just want you to see the chaos behind me. Do you see this? This makes no sense whatsoever. I need to organize and put them up in their respectful places, and then I want to get my reading on, and I will come back and tell you how good and or bad this bad boy was. Okay, so we need to just go ahead and accept that this is going to be a train wreck of a vlog. I know I said that I was going to do something and then come back and tell you my thoughts on Boys of the Dead here. That was 3 days ago. Sorry. So, since I have a little time to kill before work, I figure I jump on here real quick and tell you my thoughts on this bad boy. Okay, so first we're going to start with, I guess, the positive and work our way down. I love this cover. I love the construction of this manga. I really like that it's a slip cover. This comes off and it's made like a little notebook. And there are pages like this throughout it, and this design ties into a story in here, which I thought was really cute. The ending I absolutely loved. So I found this a little hard to follow, and then after I got finished with it, I went back and I read the synopsis again. I can't decide if I am just not able to put the pieces together myself, and that's a me thing, or if this was supposed to be 3 separate stories that loosely tie into each other. This is one where the synopsis tells you one thing and you're kind of getting another, which, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. I think I prefer what I actually got versus the synopsis itself, so that was pretty cool. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 characters in this manga. You have these 4, and then there's 2 that they don't have a picture of. They all kind of roughly look the same. Well, not, they either look like all the blonde people look alike or all the dark-haired people look alike. So that took me a while. That was another reason why I was having issue with keeping up with the story. It made me realize that, hey, these aren't the same people. And in the beginning, when you get the chapter titles, which I don't know about you, but I never read chapter titles. I'm just like, oh, look, a table of contents, and I keep it pushing. Each one is titled a different set of people. So you start with William and Adam, and then scene 2 and 3 are Linus and Connor, and 4 and 5 is me and Lawrence, and then 6 is just 6. So if I would have saw that also would have clued me in. It's not written on the scene changes. So like you have your scene page, but it doesn't say Linus and whoever or me and Lawrence. It's just like scene 1. So if that were on there, that would have been nice, and I probably would have been able to keep up better. I'm reluctant to call this a BL. I guess on a technicality it's a BL. There is in fact some boy love in here, but it feels forced, you know? Like, here's what's going on. Oh, and by the way, they're gay. Like, you know, I don't know. It doesn't flow right. Also, a lot of the how can I put this? There's some underage, forced, non-consensual love in here. Did that make sense? So again, is it really a BL? It's giving Stockholm syndrome. Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. But the underage thing comes with a question mark. Maybe you have to read it. I can't go into it without spoiling it. But so I don't know if I'm 100% correct on that part, but it feels like it. There's also a lot of unnecessary sibling on sibling action or mother on son action, which threw me for a loop. I could see if it were pertinent to the story, like if it was like a trauma moment, you know, and it may have been, and it just wasn't written very well, but it felt unnecessary. With that being said, overall, it was okay. It was fine. If this were a series, I probably wouldn't pick up volume 2. I really liked the last story, and I really liked the first story. I mean, I liked all the stories for what they were. The ending of the last story was my favorite, and the beginning of the first story was my favorite. I wish we would have got more with the first 2 characters, William and Adam, just to see where that went. But yeah, overall, that's all I got. I don't know what I'm reading next because I don't know. And I will see you in the next clip, probably after work. So mi madre convinced me to go out of state for a day trip to go thrifting, and I thought maybe I could find some manga in the process. Unfortunately, I did not find any, but I did find 4 books that I've been wanting to own, 2 of which I've already read. So, I mean, if you care about that, that's a thing, and you'll see those in now.
I thought you'd be bigger. But you're definitely the one. Long way from home, aren't you?
What do you want?
Oh, you already know the answer to that.
Whatever it is you seek, I do not have it. You should move on.
And here I thought your kind was supposed to be so enlightened, so much better than us, so much smarter. And yet you hide out here in the woods like a coward.
You do not want this fight.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Leave my home.
Good morning and happy Sunday. I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning. It is 9 o'clock in the morning now. I washed my car like an adult. I'm so proud of myself. Played a little bit of God of War, which I love dearly. You know what? Not manga related, but I no longer need to buy a PS5. The only reason why I wanted a PS5 was for God of War and PlayStation exclusives, but it looks like most of them are on PC and or coming to PC, so it doesn't even matter anymore. So did you play yourself PlayStation, or did you expand your market? Who cares? Anyway, so I think while I peruse for the rest of the morning until I get ready to do other things this afternoon, I'm probably going to read some Birds of Shangri-La and maybe Bad Boys Happy Home. We'll see. I've noticed that when I come to talk to you guys and I say, hey, I'm about to do this, that thing doesn't happen. So I will be back with some thoughts about some manga at some point. Good morning and welcome to another episode of Let's Check In Before We Go to Work. I finished Birds of Shangri-La. I only read the first volume. Let's talk about it. So this is about a straight man named Apollo who goes to work at a gay brothel as a fluffer, essentially. They call them something else in here. Let me see. A teaser. They call them teasers in here. And he gets assigned to Phi for a little OJT, on the job training. And I'm pretty sure these two are going to end up falling in love with each other. I am very intrigued by the story, not so much for the romance, but for the subplot. There's something going on with Phi. I'm pretty sure he's a murderer. I haven't proved it yet. He said some things that makes me side-eye. I love Apollo so much. He just seems like an all-around good dude. But Phi, I think something's gonna happen. I am super excited to read Volume 2, but I am going to hold off for now because I'm using Volume 2 for a different prompt. So I am currently halfway through Bad Boys Happy Home, which is another one that is... I can't decide if I'm on the fence about it. We'll talk about it when we get to it. But yeah, we are officially done with Birds of Shangri-La. Time for another check-in. Yes, it is. This reading vlog is going fairly smoothly. I have two things that we're going to talk about right now, and that is, why do I always pick these up upside down? Why? If you hear Cooper in the background, he is manhandling his plush toy, and I don't know why, but hey, if he's happy, I'm happy. So, Excuse the extra noise. But we're going to talk about Bad Boys Happy Home and Don't Call Me Daddy. So Bad Boys Happy Home narrates kind of like a Disney teen drama. It's very much one of those, hi, you're probably wondering how I ended up here, you know, and it took a while for me to get used to that writing because I wasn't feeling it. Off rip, I was like, this is not going to be for me, but it grew on me. Example, name's Akamatsu and I'm 17. That's my last name, by the way. Don't ask me my first, don't want to say. I've got a bad case of puberty. Raging hormones and no outlet has made me pissed all day, every day. That's right, I'm one hell of a badass. Not a good start, okay? Not a good start. So I am happy to say that it got better. Anyway, our boy Akamatsu is a teenager with a bad attitude, and he likes to go to the park and beat up or attempt to beat up this guy named Seven. And he is more than happy to, I don't want to call it sparring because they're really beating the crap out of each other. Granted, Seven always wins, but that doesn't stop Akamatsu from coming back every day and trying again. Anyway, throughout the story, Akamatsu finds out that Seven is actually homeless, and he decides to give him a place to stay temporarily. This is very different from any BL I have read before. It is very much a bromance. They're two very stereotypical macho men, don't take nothing from nobody, and they walk around, both of them, with this chip on their shoulder. But throughout the story, you get some background on both of these characters, and you start to understand why they are the way that they are. Akamatsu is not the brightest bulb, okay, but I can't help but like him. Seven is my boy. I love him to pieces. I don't know what he has going on. He has a subplot that is very mysterious. We haven't delved too much into it yet. This actually ends on a cliffhanger, so you know that piqued my interest as well. Akamatsu looks to me like if Hinata from Haikyuu and Bakugo from My Hero Academia had some kind of love child, like that would be their baby right there. I'm sorry, I can't unsee it. Maybe it's just me. I will definitely be picking up the other 2 volumes. I believe this is only a 3-volume series, so yeah, I will definitely be picking them up and finishing this story. However, as it stands right now in this vlog, Don't Call Me Daddy is my running favorite right now. This was so wholesome and so good. We follow these 2 childhood friends, Ryuji, yeah, and Hanao. I'm sure I'm butchering both of those names. Anyway, Ryuji comes to Hanao one day with a box with a baby in it. Find out that his baby's mother has just abandoned the child essentially and left him on his doorstep. So he's reaching out to Hanao to help him raise this child, and Hanao, I believe, ends up moving in with them to, you know, help out where he can. And for reasons I won't get into because they're spoilerific, Hanao decides that it's best that he back off, and the way that he left ultimately kind of ends their friendship as well, which is kind of sad. But then fast forward 20 years later, these 2 get reunited, and we're following them as they're trying to work through what happened, what could have been fixed, and try to rekindle and salvage their friendship. I thoroughly enjoyed this story. There's a spinoff about the sun. I don't know if this is the spinoff and the sun is the original, or if this is the original and the spinoff is the sun story. But I want to read that one as well. It's called Don't Call Me Dirty. And this is just so good. It's so authentic and realistic and just real. It's not your typical fluffy romance. I love that it is about older people. When we get the 20-year skip, which is where we spend most of the time in this story, is after the time skip. They're in their 50s. So we love a good mature story. I still have not found a Yuri to read, or I believe an Office Romance were the only two I was missing. I did get sidetracked in my investigations and ended up ordering In These Words just to try something different. I've come to realize, you know, I'm not a big romance person, but I have accidentally stumbled into the category of psychological thriller romance. So now I'm trying to try out some of these series and see if that'll do it for me, because the ones that I have been liking so far in this vlog have an underlying mystery going on, and it's not just boy meets boy, girl meets girl, we love each other, let's live happily ever after. There's some extraness going on. So I'm going to see, and you may or may not see it in this vlog depending on how long it takes to get to me, some bonus stories. So today I'm probably going to wash my hair and do a little facial. You know, what's a Dags vlog without a scene with me under the dryer or with a face mask on? It happens in every one. I don't know why. I have a pretty boring life, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have much to show. And yet I still enjoy making these vlog type videos, you know? Anywho, don't know what I'm going to read next. I'm not finna sit up here and lie to you and say this is what I'm going to read next, because we know how that works out. And I'm not going to say I'll see you tomorrow, because we also know how that works out. So I will see you when I see you, and I will show you what I can. Ow, what are you doing? Quit! Stop biting my toes. Why are you biting my toes? Stop! Let go of my feet. No. Hey. Stop. Don't play with your toys. My foot is not a toy. Quit it. I look like that sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet. Y'all know that? Y'all remember that? Is that too old of YouTube or wherever it was from? Anyway, I'm halfway through Only the Flower Knows. Happy Sunday, by the way. And I don't know if I'm gonna get to finish it, because I am halfway through it and bored out of my mind. So much so that I stopped. Turn some lights on. I stopped reading and got the urge to start cleaning. So you can see, for me, I don't know if it's like this for everyone, but in order to clean a mess, I have to make a bigger mess and then go from there. I also cleaned out my refrigerator and realized that I have no food. Started some laundry, and I did go outside with Cooper for a little bit, but it is ridiculously hot and he was not having it. So he trotted his happy self inside, so I trotted my happy self inside. So I'm going to make a grocery list and finish cleaning, and then try to continue with this manga before I give up on it. I don't know why I wait until the last minute to go grocery shopping, but I do. Needless to say, today is probably going to be a ramen day. Best ramen on the market. Don't at me, at your mama. Oh my god, hi. Okay, so I finished it. I finished Only the Flower Knows, and it wasn't for me. So first of all, I thought this was a standalone. It's not a standalone. This is only volume 1. So I can't count that against it in terms of the story, because that's my bad. Okay, not the story is bad, but this is about it's about two guys who cross paths And slowly but surely, through a series of events, they start getting closer and closer. And that's kind of it. There's not too much going on here. I wholeheartedly have nothing to, have absolutely nothing to say about this manga. It's pretty. I didn't care about the story, didn't care about the characters, didn't care what was going on. I was bored out of my mind, but I finished it. So kudos to me for finishing it. In other news, look what came in the mail yesterday. Shuzo Oshimi. I'm so excited. I am going to read this and see if I can fit this into the vlog, because either way I am going to read this. So let's see if it can not only entertain me but be of some use in this bingo card, shall we? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? So I finished Welcome Back, Alice, and I am reluctant to add it to the readathon because it doesn't explicitly say what Alice has going on, and with Shuzo Oshimi, there's no telling what her actual motives are. I knew it was going to be jacked up. It always is when it comes to him. So I did read it and I did love it, but I guess I'll talk about it in my wrap-up video later. We won't go into it with this video. In other news, I decided that I don't want ramen, so I am probably headed to Slim Chickens to give me a nice little chicken sandwich and a tea, because I don't feel like grocery shopping either. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot going on today. It's definitely a lazy Sunday. Hello, fellow humans. I am in a reading slump. It is the 17th of June. Excuse my appearance. I just got finished working out. Yeah, I'm in a reading slump, and I wanted to be done by the 24th, but I don't know if that's going to happen because there's 2 manga still on my nightstand that I said I was going to read, and then I still have to find something to complete the Yuri office romance trope. Not trope, but you know what I mean. So I don't know if we're gonna get done in time, but I woke up this morning, well, last night I was like, I'm going to read all day Friday. This is going to be a great time. I woke up this morning and was like, I don't want to read anything. So I went for a walk. It's hot as balls outside. I have this splash pad that BarkBox sent me for Cooper, but I've come to realize the water hose is in the front yard, unfenced, and not the backyard where it's fenced. He is chewing on his latest and greatest toy. So I'm trying to find a way to finagle this so we can play with this today. I don't know if it's gonna happen. And I'm sad. Also, I've been reading One Piece at work because I'm where I work now, I can't have books with me, so that has considerably lessened my reading time because I did most of my reading at work, right? I don't know why I'm standing in my bathroom. We were headed outside and then I didn't go. But after you, little doggo. Jesus, it's hot out here. Ew, it's a worm. But anyway, yeah, so my workaround for that is to get on Viz Media at work and read digitally. So I decided what better way to start One Piece. So I've been reading One Piece at work. I'm only on like chapter 25. I know that has nothing to do with this vlog, but we'll talk about it on another day. Oh, a lizard! Oh, I scared him away. I was going to show y'all the lizard. Oh well. There is a point to this check-in and I have lost it. So I'm going to leave Cooper out here to peruse like he wanted to do, and I'm taking my black ass back inside the house. Happy Monday. It is now June 20th and it is crunch time. I am out of my slump, so now I am ready to read everything because I'm still determined, okay, to get this blackout happening. I'm supposed to have this video up by the 24th. That gives me 3-ish days to get this done. Last night I found a Yuri and it is not what I expected. This is called either Gunjo, I'm not sure. This is about a woman who asks this other woman who is in love with her to kill her husband because he is abusing her. And she does it. And now they're on the run. Now, I only read the first volume. At first, I was reluctant to be like, oh yeah, this is totally a Yuri, because it's kind of messed up. But I can't wait to read the rest of this. Now, I don't know if it's a translation issue or if it's just a writing issue, but I did get a little lost at times. It was a little confusing in some parts. But I get the overall gist of the story. And this is kind of sad. You know, you're dealing with someone that's been in an abusive relationship, but she's also, in my opinion anyway, this is off, it's fine. She's also, in my opinion, kind of abusing the other girl too, because right now she claims that she doesn't actually have feelings for this other lady, and she's straight, and she wants nothing to do with her, and she just picked her to kill her husband because she knew how she felt about her, and she knew that she would do anything for her, which is kind of messed up. But as the story is going along, I think that's going to change. I think just because this lady right here came from an abusive background, and it's just not where she needs to be mentally. And the other girl's messed up too, obviously, if she's like, yeah, I'll kill your husband and we can be together forever. Like, she has her set of problems too. They're both very dysfunctional people that probably shouldn't be together and both need to go to therapy. But their relationship is going to be a hot mess, and I am here for it because it's fictional. If these were real people, we don't support this type of behavior. However, this story, once again, it's turned off. This story is hopefully going to be a good one. From what I could see, it got canceled, so I don't know if it was because it didn't, get picked up, or the mangaka decided she didn't want to do it anymore, or he didn't want to do it anymore. What happened there? So hopefully it doesn't leave me with no closure. Hopefully it ended in a good spot, but we will see. I think there is 24 or 36 chapters. I don't remember how many for sure, but I just wanted to pop in real quick and talk to you guys about it. Once again, I am headed to work. Tomorrow I need to film a video, and hopefully we can do some more reading, and I will see you guys next clip. I'm sitting here folding clothes, trying to clean, trying to have a productive morning because, that's not something that I normally do. It's also 8 o'clock in the morning, and I get a notification that my package has been delivered. Now, my mailman does not run until 1:30 in the afternoon, so I'm like, who is getting up at the crack of dawn to bring me mail? But I also forgot that I ordered this, so I'm super excited. I'm pretty sure this is that manga that I was talking about, Lord knows, a couple weeks ago. I hope it got here okay, because, you know, I'm nervous about bubble wrappers and bubble wrappers. So, needless to say, I'm not going to have time to read it in this vlog. So, happy medium. Wow, it's like those little Russian nesting dolls. It just keeps going. Happy medium. We can do a semi-unboxing and we can check out these covers and see what they look like. Because I'm super excited. Okay, so I only got the first 3. I don't know if 3 completes the set or how many of them there are, but there was only 3 available. These covers are gorgeous. These are by Guilt Pleasure. Oh! That is a very not safe for work photo. Okay. Was not expecting that. Alright, so this is the first one. This is volume 1. They've got that plastic wrap goodness. You know what that means. In betwixt volume 1 and volume 2, let me see if I can cover this up and show it. Good Lord, I need a sticker. I'll just put my hand here. This was in here. My boy has no pants on, so it's just there for the world to see, standing at attention, and I was not prepared for that. Volume 2 is right there, and volume 3, I hate that there's glare, but I don't want to take the plastic off just yet. Let's do it that way. Asano Kasuya is a U.S. trained psychiatrist who was recruited by the Tokyo Police Department to provide a profile through the data of a dozen murder victims. Based on Asano's profile and strategy, an elaborate plan was put into place to lure the serial killer out. Within a week, the plan bore a successful result. 3 years and 12 victims later, Shinohara Kenji is finally in custody. The alleged killer has promised a thorough confession, but Asano has to be the one to receive it. Besides the curious request by Shinohara, whom Asano was only familiar with on paper, disturbing nightmares begin to plague him as soon as he inherited the case. I am so excited for this. I wish I could include it. The only way I can include it in this vlog is if I binge these things today. And I just don't see that happening. I just don't. Look at that. That is actually gorgeous. And this is gorgeous too. I just can't leave it laying about because there are children in the home. In other news, I have started... I don't remember the name of it. Sakura-chan and Amane-kun. And this is a tale of a boy and a girl who share a secret they can't tell others. And there's such a glare. Anyway, that's the cover there. And I believe, if synopsis serves me well, this will cover my featuring a trans character, possibly an office romance. I don't remember. Is there purple on this cover? Her dress is kind of purpley. Kind of. Anyway, I am still in the need of a non-binary character. I also need to continue a series, and I have to find cuddling and a first date and read Melting Lover, which I'm saving for last, which I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. So there's a little update. Sorry I look a hot mess. Like I said, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Cooper is on full tilt. There was a storm last night, so he had to stay cooped up in the house, so he has tons and tons of energy. And now we're in a nice little heat wave, and it's just too hot to go outside. So don't move to the south, friends. It's not worth it. did some reading last night. We got 3 things to talk about. So first, I read Sakura-chan and Amine-kun, and this is just the sweetest, little wholesomest story. I love this so much. The problem is I can't decide if it's ongoing or if it's on hiatus or if it's just been dropped, period, because there's only 10ish chapters or so. But, and I get their names mixed up, but the male likes to dress in women's clothing. Now, they don't outwardly say that they are transgender. I don't think that they see themselves as transgender. They just enjoy women's clothing. Now, the other one is a transgender, female to male, and they end up in this friendship, and I'm pretty sure it's going to turn into this romance. It's so cute. It's so sweet. The one thing is, during school, they don't interact with each other. That's the rule that they have between themselves. They also only can be their true selves on the weekend, so they don't get to come to school, dressed as a male, dressed as a female, or what have you, because they have uniforms and stuff, and they just don't allow that. So I hope that this is an ongoing series and not a dropped series, because I really want to read the rest of it. I highly recommend it. Like I said, it's such a sweet relationship that I'm pretty sure is going to turn into a romance, and it's just good, wholesome fun. The other one I read, I had to look up the English title, Love Me for Who I Am. Now, this is about a non-binary character. This guy in school runs into them and is like, hey, I know you're kind of lonely, but I know the perfect place that you can work. My people own a cafe. You should come on down and work for us. And they get there, but the guy doesn't tell them that it is, they say girly boy cafe. I don't know if that's derogatory. I don't know if that's a translation thing. I don't know if that's just what it's called. But that's what it said. But they're like, hey, I'm not a boy. They're like, oh my gosh, you're a girl? We didn't know. I'm so sorry. And they're like, no, I'm not a girl either. So now they're having to explain kind of the non-binary thing. And the cafe is boys dressed as girls. But as you start learning about these different characters, everyone has a different, past. There's a guy that genuinely loves cosplay, and this is his thing, and he enjoys it. There's one that is transgender, and she loves working there because she can be herself. There's one, I don't know what his deal is. We haven't gotten his backstory yet, but he talks like a cat. Like, he'll say, we need to go right meow, or now everything's okay, stuff like that. It's a little annoying, not gonna lie. I don't know if there's backstory to that because I haven't read that far. I only read volume 1. Did I show the, I don't know if I showed the thing. I just started talking. I did not. I only read, and I don't think that's the cover. That's the cover for volume 4. But I only read volume 1. I do plan on continuing reading this series. The artwork in here is so pretty. I love it so much. It's a little bit of comedy, a little bit of seriousness while you're learning about these people, and it's just a really good time, and I recommend it. And last but not least, this is probably going to be a 2-parter because I haven't quite finished it yet, but that is volume 2 of The Birds of Shangri-La, so I'll pop back in hopefully this afternoon. That's the plan. I always say that and it never happens, but like I said, it's crunch time. Volume 2 of Birds of Shangri-La, and I don't know what's up with Phi. We get a peek of his backstory, but there's still some shady stuff going on, and it hasn't unfolded yet. I need volume 3. Well, we might find out some stuff at the end. Like I said, I'm about 75% through, but I don't think we're going to get a resolution in this volume, but I really need to know what's going on. Apollo is still great. We get Apollo's backstory in here too, which, it's no different than what we already knew from volume 1, really, but Fi is just now finding out what's going on. And yeah, Fi is just, he is just a troubled soul, and he may have killed someone. I don't know. So, with those being read, the only thing I'm missing is rereading a favorite, a friend's favorite, an office romance, a host favorite, and purple on the cover. So really, if I read Matic and Melting Lover, I should be A-okay, right? We're going to have to finagle this office romance. It might not be an actual office, but they're going to be at work, okay? Because I don't have time. I don't. I've already got bingo, but I was determined to get this blackout, and I want this blackout, and by golly, I'm going to get this blackout. So, after I finish reading Birds of Shangri-La, and reread Matic, and pray to the Lord that I can get through Melting Lover, we will be finito, and I'm determined to make that happen by tonight. We've made it to the end of the vlog, my friends. This is the final wrap up. I am happy to announce that I have completed my blackout. No big deal. So I finished Birds of Shangri-La Volume 2 last night, and it's getting good. I mean, it was already good, but now it's really getting good. I don't know when Volume 3 is slated to come out, but it needs to come on. I don't want to go into spoilers, but I knew there was something wrong with Fi. And now it's confirmed. Apollo? Okay, Apollo. That's all I can say, which isn't really saying much, but if you read it, we're here, you know. Also, I read Matic again. I'll put a picture here because I don't have the physical copy with me. And I mean, what can I say about Matic that I haven't already? Archduke J is Bay. Fjord is side Bay. Like, I love them so much, which is a terrible thing to say because they're both demons, but it is what it is. For those of you who don't know what Matic is about, it's about this boy who basically wants to unalive himself, and Archduke J comes down and helps him do that in exchange for some other stuff. And it is dark and gritty, not your typical BL, which I like. It's just so good. I hate that it releases so slowly. I've been waiting on Volume 3 for God knows how long. And I guess I'll just keep waiting. But if you haven't read it and you're into kind of like darker themes, that's the BL for you. In other news, I am happy to announce that not only did I complete Melting Lover, it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I told you that I was tainted by my hatred for You Are My Happiness, and picking this up immediately after that was not the way to go. This isn't terrible. Still not the best. Still nothing that I would ever probably reread. I've said it once. I've said it twice. I've said it 3 times. Despite how I feel about these stories, Kuma and their construction of manga, they are the winners as far as I'm concerned. The pages are thick. There's almost always a dust jacket or a slipcover, whatever you want to call it. The cover is thick. I feel like I could throw this across a room and it would still be okay. With that being said, Melting Lover is a short story collection, and they're about relationships, but there's like some supernatural elements. There's some weird stuff going on in each of the stories. The first story is the title story, Melting Lover, and literally dude's boyfriend plaything melts. It was okay. The second one, Bottom of Heaven, is a relationship with an angel. Kind of sacrilege. Also a little hard to follow there at the end. I'm not sure what happened there, but it is better than Melting Lover. The Circus After Midnight Part 1 and Part 2 are just messed up. Just so messed up. I would say it's the front runner of the three. And then Noisy Jungle, I'm intrigued by Noisy Jungle, but it doesn't sit right in my soul because I can't decide if the character is of age, you know, but at the same time there are robots involved. It's weird. It's strange. It was interesting, and honestly, I think it was interesting enough that it probably should be its own series in itself if it's done correctly. But I mean, they don't explicitly say the age of the character in question for me, but he's kind of drawn like it's a very fine line, kind of like, you know, 13 or 35. You ever seen that Reddit? But I think if I had to rank them, I would say The Circus After Midnight, Noisy Jungle, Bottom of Heaven, Melting Lover. Even though, oh my gosh, the last two, The Circus After Midnight and Noisy Jungle, are just so messed up. It's not the most messed up thing I've ever read, by far, but it just, I don't think Kuma releases normal stories. Anyway, if memory serves, I have completed bingo. If you have made it this far into the vlog, first of all, bless your soul. Second of all, leave me a comment telling me which of the manga that were read you are either most interested in reading or have read. Thank you for hanging out with me on this little Pride journey. Happy Pride Month, even though it's almost over at this point. And I love you, and I will see you next Friday.